Every game shows you something. You have a different matchups and different games. Certainly some teams are stronger in other areas than others. Every game shows you something. You have different matchups and different games. Certainly some teams are stronger in areas than other teams. So you find out a lot about your team in every game. So what's Georgia going to learn about itself against Kentucky? That was Kirby Smart responding to a question on Wednesday about what he thinks the Alabama game showed his team and how did they improve in the off week. And he's basically saying we won't know until Georgia tees it up against Kentucky. It's a good question, actually. How will we know if Georgia's improved? Because in a lot of ways, go into a game on the road as a 2-touchdown favorite. If you win, you're supposed to win. If you struggle, you're going to get criticized for that. If you lose, well, the season's over, basically. So it's hard. These are kind of unwinnable games in the court of public opinion. But for Georgia, I think the biggest thing is to go in, handle business, and to look good on offense, to be efficient. Now, look, this is a pretty good Kentucky defense. These guys are no slouches. So to score over 30 points against them would be, pretty good, actually. This is not like Florida. I mean, Florida's got a pretty rough defense right now. So that's why I think, if you put the number somewhere around 32, if you can get over 32 points against Kentucky, you've probably done pretty well. Georgia scored over 30 twice this season. Of course, they did not score over 30 against Alabama, but they did against Tennessee and over 40 against Tennessee and then 37 against Arkansas. I think they scored 26 or 7 against Auburn, or 28, whatever it was. They shut that game down at the end. Weren't trying to score, but this is a situation for Georgia. In many ways, there's an opportunity for this offense to get going, because you are dealing with a pretty decent defense. Now, Ole Miss scored against the Cats, but everybody else has kind of struggled to not score against them. I mean, Kentucky has twice now this season not allowed more than 10 points in a game. That's pretty good. And of course, they only allowed 20 against Missouri on the road in a game where Kentucky just did not play well. I don't see how Kentucky wins this game. It's going to take a lot of turnovers, stuff like that. Okay, maybe if that happens. But what Georgia needs to do on offense is look better. Every game shows you something. This is an important game on a couple of different levels. I mean, they're all important in their own way, but this is the last tune-up you get before you play Florida, or what's scheduled to be Florida. You got the Gators just kind of trying to regain their breath, for lack of a better term, after being sidelined by a coronavirus thing that stopped them from practicing for a week. I mean, nobody wants to go 3 weeks without playing a football game. That's what Florida is about to head into when they host Missouri. So this is a great opportunity for Georgia. Go up to Kentucky, play a noon game. You'll be home by 8 at night. So you're buying a little bit more time you did not have after the Alabama game. Of course, that didn't matter because you're going into an off week. But this is not going to be a late game. And the travel won't be that bad for Georgia. So that's why you want to see production from the offense, execution from the offense, and smothering from the defense. Defense has allowed a couple of big plays this season. That should certainly not happen against this Kentucky team that is very limited on offense. I want you to check out our newsletter. It's right here. You can see it. Click on that. Thanks for everybody who's signing up. Thanks for everybody who's going to the website. Make sure you click that. Sign up for the newsletter. We'll see you on the website.